proud. We're going to make America proud. We are going to weed out the deep state, and that includes the sorry Department of Injustice. We are going to take our country back. We will not relent. We will not retreat. We are moving forward from a place of victory, and we are going to put America first. God bless you.
I mean this with no due respect. What is wrong with Lauren Boebert? This should not be happening when someone wins her re-election by just a dozen votes and clearly has no mandate to speak on behalf of anyone, let alone her constituents. Almost losing an election should have caused Lauren Boebert to take a step back and evaluate her rhetoric, her partisanship, and her stances on certain political issues. But no, and instead she's parading herself on the Turning Point USA stage, barely able to string a sentence together and embarrassing herself, her constituents, and our country. Where is the reflection? Where is the humility, the grace, the acknowledgement that very few people actually support her? So she should be grateful to be serving our country. Those are American ideals the Republican Party is so devoid of, and it really is an egregious shame.
The once great party of Lincoln, Roosevelt, and Reagan has turned its back on the ideals of liberty and self-governance. Instead, it has embraced lies and deceit. The Republican Party used to believe in a big tent, which welcomed the tired, the poor, the huddled masses yearning to breathe free. Now, we shelter the ignorant, the racist, who only stoke anger and hatred to those who are different than us.
So here's Adam Kinzinger's farewell speech to Congress, where he lambasts his own party for the type of behavior that people like Boebert constantly display. As you probably know, Kinzinger was one of the 10 Republicans who voted to impeach Trump post-January 6th and announced that he would not seek re-election after redistricting in his home state placed him and another Republican incumbent in the same district. But before you think he's only targeting his own party, he made sure to go after Democrats as well.
To my Democratic colleagues, you must too bear the burden of our failures. Many of you have asked me, where are all the good Republicans? Over the past 2 years, Democratic leadership had the opportunity to stand above the fray. Instead, they poured millions of dollars into the campaigns of MAGA Republicans, the same candidates President Biden called a national security threat, to ensure these good Republicans did not make it out of their respective primaries. This is no longer politics as usual. This is not a game. If you keep stoking the fire, you can't point the fingers when our great experiment goes up in flames.
He's referencing something I covered, which was the Democratic midterm strategy of funding far-right Trump candidates, believing, and ultimately being right in that belief, that they would be easier to defeat than more centrist Republicans. And sure, fair, that's a valid criticism. But it's so funny that he thinks these two critiques, one of the right and one of the left, are equal. Racism, ignorance, fear-mongering, rioting at the Capitol are not equal to legal electoral shenanigans. Our campaign finance rules in this country are completely ridiculous, and of these zillions of problems with money in politics, this particular Democratic strategy is nowhere near the top of the worst. The Republican Party consistently capitulating to its fringes is really, really bad. It's not the Democrats' fault their middle-of-the-road respectable candidates can't win. It's the GOP's fault for enabling and emboldening and moving the Overton window, making celebrities out of people like Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yes, it's fair and good to criticize both sides, but when one is so much more deranged than the other, it's not a very good use of your last time speaking to Congress. Thanks so much for watching. You can follow me on all platforms at CaroJohnson917.